Crypto Kids, I'm buying these 6 altcoins before they absolutely pump to the upside. And I'm doing this because if we go to the total 3 crypto market cap charts, there's a chart that indicates the total crypto market cap when you exclude Bitcoin and Ethereum. We're breaking above a very crucial level of resistance. You can see that the cup and handle formation this total 3 crypto cap chart has been creating since the previous bull market is now breaking to the upside with this specific candle. And like I said, this chart is excluding Ethereum, and Ethereum is up to 4652. And we spoke about this level of major resistance last night before I went to sleep. And I want to talk to you about it and how I think Ethereum is going to react to this level. And obviously, we will go into the 6 different altcoins which I'm planning on buying right now over on Weex. So stay tuned for all of that. If you want to create an account on Weex to trade with us, we've been buying Ethereum since $1.5, $1.6 thousand dollars here over on Weex. We've been buying Bitcoin since $77,000. So we've been trading a lot over the past few months, and we were super profitable. Knock on wood. So if you want to be trading with us here over on Weex, you can go to the first link in the description down below, which is going to take you to the following page where you can actually claim a completely free 1,000 US dollar worth of an Ethereum trade. So all you have to do is sign up using the sign up button at the top right hand corner, create your account with your email address, no KYC necessary. Then you link your phone number to your account and download the Weex app and sign in. After you do this, after 72 hours, you're going to be able to claim your $1,000 Ethereum position right here on this page. I even have a tutorial video linked on the second link in the description for you to see how you can claim this $1,000 worth of position in a very easy way. But make sure to claim it as soon as you can, because this offer will only be lasting until the end of August. And I think the price action for Ethereum is going to be continuing to pump until the end of August, with a potential correction scenario that I will share in this video going into the month of September. So altcoins in general are absolutely exploding. On the daily time frame, it's starting to slowly feel like altcoin season. You have major tokens in the top 100 which have pumped 130% within the past 24 hours. Obviously, this is a very strange scenario. This is OKX's native token. I mean, it clearly gives you some sort of signs of market manipulation. So I'm not going to focus on that so much, but the rest of the crypto markets, even Fartcoin, we can see is doing pretty well. Solana up 14% within the past 24 hours, and Solana actually is one of those cryptocurrencies that I would be buying and considering to long over on your Weex account. And I will talk about Solana and our price targets in a minute. But first of all, let's quickly run through Ethereum and Bitcoin, and then we can get into those other coins. Ethereum, hint, is one of those 6 crypto coins that I'm still buying. Why? Even though we're at $4.65 thousand dollars, I don't think this is the end for Ethereum. I think we will create new all-time highs by the end of this month and reach and surpass the 4.85 level. Then a correction to $4,000 is definitely on the table. It's not 100%, like it doesn't have to happen, but I think there's a good chance of it happening. And when we look into the end of the bull market, what's going to happen then? I've shared this chart before, I'm going to share it again. I think that Ethereum will follow what Bitcoin has done with its price action, as it always does. You always have a transfer of capital from Bitcoin into Ethereum, then to large caps, then you go into mid to low caps, and that's when altcoin season truly begins. And if you look at the Bitcoin price action and you overlay it onto the price of Ethereum, you can see that they do exactly the same thing in every cycle. It's just that Bitcoin is always leading the way, and then Ethereum and the rest of the crypto currency market, they just follow along. It's really that simple. And when you draw this chart, you are projecting an $8,000 Ethereum, which I truly believe is very possible given the amount of tokenization, given the amount of institutional capital coming in, given the amount of stablecoin adoption, so on and so forth. All of that is literally happening on Ethereum. So I am super bullish. And if you want to be opening macro long positions with 2-3x leverage, I actually believe it's still a good time to be DCAing. Maybe this won't be your only position that you open, but the DCA strategy, which we've been implementing on a major, a lot of cryptocurrencies, that's been doing super well for us. So the more you buy in DCA in, the more you can dollar cost average with low leverage, I think is the way to go. And if you want to do that, you can actually do that over on Weex by signing up to the first link in the description. You can see we've opened multiple positions on singular contracts, which you can do when you use isolated separated margin. It's great because you can visualize your different entries. And I really like having multiple different positions open, which I can control and manage as to combining them all into one trade, which if you want to do, you can also do, by the way. You don't have to do this. It's just my personal style of trading. And this account, we were able to scale this from $5,000 now to $17,000 thanks to the altcoin market push. Speaking about altcoins, you know what? Let's leave Bitcoin to the end. Let's go through the altcoins first. So altcoins on the day are doing so well. We're breaking above the cup and handle formation. Ideally, you want to close this month over 1.03 trillion, which is looking very likely. And I think altcoins are going to see, apart from Ethereum, they're going to be seeing a very nice magnification. In September, it's possible we get another correction, and then true altcoin season potentially begins after Bitcoin tops in the final week of September, and then we begin in October and last until Q1 of 2026. That's also possible. I'm not saying that now is the time we're going to go banana season. I just think that it's going to happen very soon, whether we get a dump first or not. So I'm positioning myself in all of these altcoins that I'm talking to you about to have as much as I can and wait until the proper altcoin season when the Fed cuts rates dramatically and we see all the retail capital flowing in Q1 of 2026. Right now, I'm just DCing in, making sure that my leverage is properly risk managed, and I'm buying as much as I can and adding to my long positions to be able to catch the massive wave to the upside, which most altcoins are going to see. And the same thing that happens to Ethereum following the Bitcoin spot price action, I think will happen to the rest of the crypto market too. Same line of resistance, you overlay the price of Bitcoin. Let's do that. You know, I definitely think we can really see a close to $2 trillion of a crypto, of an altcoin market cap, and that will cause some of our favorite altcoins to go absolutely to the moon. And the first altcoin that I want to talk to you about, or the second one apart from Ethereum, is BNB. We talked about this BNB inverse head and shoulders 2 weeks ago here on this channel. We got a retest. I told you that at the retest, it was a great time to be adding to your BNB long positions, which we've done, I think, on Weex. If we've not done it on Weex, then we've opened that position most likely on Coinflare. So it's on either one of these exchanges, we have a BNB position. Let's double check if we were able to open it on Weex. No, we weren't. But we were. I'm confident that we did open a position on Coinflare. I actually do remember pretty clearly doing that, so I'll have to show that to you on the next video. But BNB, I think, is a phenomenal one. We have a huge inverse head and shoulders, the same exact pattern that Bitcoin created through a multi-cycle way. So look, this is the left shoulder, then you have the this is the cup or the head, and then you have the right shoulder, and then BNB obviously lagged behind and consolidated a lot. Instead of breaking to the upside back in November of 2024, we took our time, but now we're breaking to the upside. So mimicking Bitcoin exactly. And when you look at that, I think the target for this inverse head and shoulders is actually the $1,200 mark. So jumping into long positions over on BNB on your Weex account, your Coinflare account to DCA in, I think makes a lot of sense. And I will show you how you can do that. So I'm going to go just 3x, right? I'm not going to go anything crazy. And I'll just demonstrate how I do the dollar cost averaging. And when I see a confirmation of trend, I increase my leverage, or I increase the amount of margin that's in the trade. So let's just say we put 25% in for now. We're gonna do a market order for BNB, 25%, just so I have some sort of an allocation, because I don't want to not have an allocation just because the macro outlook is amazing. I don't have a liquidation price, that's great. And there you go, now we're in a BNB trade. So overall, I'm super bullish. We can get a correction here, I don't mind. That's just, I wouldn't mind it, but I want to be DCing more into BNB as time passes, as I think it looks great, and I think we can go to the $1,200 territory. Then we have Litecoin. Litecoin has a multi-cycle bullish pennant forming, very similar to what XRP did, and then we broke above it in the December-November altcoin mini season. That's the cryptocurrency market cap, or the cryptocurrency, the altcoins they experienced. If we go to XRP USD, I just want to quickly show you that example of the bullish pennant. Let's see if we can see it. There you go. So we formed the exact same thing, multi-cycle bullish pennant. You broke towards the upside, and you skyrocketed in price by 380%. And I think that Litecoin, if we go back to Litecoin, I think we can do a very similar thing. Obviously, nobody uses Litecoin, but you need to understand that nobody uses XRP either. It just doesn't matter. When everyone is manifesting an altcoin season, when everybody draws reasons and conclusions, like it just happens, it manifests itself, so it becomes reality. And I think Litecoin will see a major push to the upside. I mean, we did come to the $400 levels in previous cycles. We were there in 2021, we were there in 2017. I think a $400 Litecoin is possible. And actually, if we go to the all-time high, that's a 216% move back towards the upside. So if you want to trade Litecoin, also available on Weex, if you go to Litecoin, I do believe we have some Litecoin positions, do we not? We should have a Litecoin position. Yeah, we do. So that's up 161% so far. So great. We entered at $99, and I think going in now and scaling in until we can see the breakouts of the resistance, personally, it makes sense, right? But always come to your own conclusions. These are just my favorite altcoins. I really like these charts, and it's just my takes on the price action, but I think Litecoin can do really, really well. Link is a phenomenal project. Fundamentally, they are the ones that are going to tokenize everything. I think they're going to do a great job. They're already trying to tokenize the Forex markets, the security markets. Like, they're doing everything. For tokenization, it's Chainlink. They're doing it on Ethereum because they're a layer 2. So many contracts are coming up. So much bullish news about Chainlink. They have the Chainlink Reserve. Sergey Nazarov is very close with the Trump administration. Perhaps they get some government contracts. That would be amazing. Ethereum, by the way, almost at 4.7 now. Oh my God, I think we did hit 4.7. That is live on the Crypto Kid channel, guys. That's incredible. But going back to Link, I think Link will do really, really well. Overall, I think that Link can reach the over $100 level quite easily. Within the cycle. It may not, but I wouldn't be surprised if we do. And over on Chainlink, we should have a position on Chainlink. That's up 194%. I think now is a good time to be scaling in, because we could say correction, but if you're doing the D-State strategy, it's still premature. We've not broken out of this bullish pennant, but going into the final months of this year and going into Q1, I think we will see an astronomical push on the price of Chainlink. Fundamentally, it's a great project, and I think it's one of the rare projects that actually has a purpose and will do really, really well. Then we have Solana. After Solana, we have one more coin, and that should be the final one. So Solana is, I like to interpret Solana as the consumer blockchain and Ethereum as the institutional blockchain. The tokenization, everything that's related to traditional finance, that's happening on Ethereum. That was the excuse that institutional investors was, they see Ethereum as this tokenization / stablecoin blockchain. And because of that narrative, we're seeing so much inflows into the Ethereum ETFs, way more than the Bitcoin ETFs. Today, 65 million for Bitcoin ETF inflows, but 523 million for Ethereum ETF inflows. So where Ethereum is going to act as the institutional blockchain, I think Solana will be the consumer blockchain, because it's the most consumer-friendly blockchain I've ever seen, I've ever tried. Everybody knows Solana, everybody knows Phantom wallets. So I'm very bullish on Solana, and I think we can reach the $500 mark in this cycle, and you have a beautiful multi-cycle cup and handle pattern forming on the price chart for Solana too. It's up 15% in the past 24 hours, but I don't see an issue doing the DCA strategy on Solana. We have a very nice position. We had this set up a very long time ago. So congratulations to everybody that took that position. And I think Solana in the macro, going to Q1 months, we will absolutely explode to the upside. The final altcoin that I want to share with you is obviously Dogecoin. You guys know how bullish I am on Dogecoin. We have a position on Doge over on Weex, which you can sign up to using the first link in the description down below to get a completely free $1,000 equivalent of an Ethereum position to go ahead and trade with. Dogecoin, we have a very nice position. That's up 141%. And I have so much Dogecoin in my personal portfolio. It's one of my top holdings in my personal trading portfolio. I have a lot of Dogecoin, and I love, from a technical perspective, what Doge is doing here. In September, October of last year, you see the retest of this downward sloping trend line. You also hold the linear support, but you explode to the upside by 350%. The same situation is happening today as well. We can see that the retail interest in the market is coming back, and it will come to levels we were seeing in September, October. Bitcoin dominance, that's dropping now to 59.1%. When we drop below 55% with a confirmation, that's when we get proper altcoin season. But I don't see why, until we do that, we at least see a very strong rally on these altcoins, and I may as well take advantage while I can. Ethereum officially 4.7, ladies and gentlemen. We've liquidated approximately, let's have a look, In the past 24 hours, we've liquidated almost $300 million worth of Ethereum short positions. And yeah, it just keeps going, and I don't think we will stop until we create a brand new all-time high. So congrats to everybody that's been opening Ethereum positions. And with that said, that is my top 6 altcoin plays for the upcoming few months. So guys, if you enjoyed that video, make sure to destroy the like button, subscribe to become a crypto kid. And with that said, I'll see you all on the next video very soon. Take care, guys, and as always, bye-bye.